Jackie Selby is the attorney we're interviewing today for the health law section of the Florida Bar and our membership spotlight. Jackie, it's so nice to have you. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to meet you and nice to be here.
Jackie, please tell us, where do you work and what is your health law area of specialization?
I work at Epstein Becker Green. I've been specializing in healthcare law for about 30 years. Before that I did M&A. I've had the privilege of being both in-house with health plans as well as in private practice. And I've been a partner at EBG for 17 years. We have a large practice in healthcare, over 100 attorneys. And I specialize in managed care arrangements between payers and providers and vendors. And I focus heavily on reimbursement issues, such as value-based payment, risk sharing, and related insurance law issues and price transparency. Sorry.
I was just going to say, it's a really broad experience that you have. Sorry, I
Thank you.
interrupted you. Please go on.
No, please don't worry. So I work mostly, I would say, with providers like hospitals and physicians, labs, et cetera. But I also do some work with employers and insurers and vendors and what we're now calling, I guess, enablers in the space on their managed care related issues. So I work with ACOs, IPAs in Medicare, and with startup tech companies when they're commercializing their innovations in healthcare.
Super interesting. So, what brought you to this? What is your career defining moment?
So interesting, before even healthcare, I would say I had some unique experiences. I was working in Prague for a few years after the Berlin Wall came down and helping Eastern European companies privatize and transition from communism to capitalism. And that was definitely a career defining experience. And in healthcare, I would say just really working both, having the privilege of being both in-house and seeing the business side, as well as in private practice, where you can do a deeper dive into the actual legal analysis. Both have been really career defining, I would say.
I mean, there are so few attorneys that could say that they were in Prague, really helping companies privatize after the Soviet Union, or really the communism exited. That's pretty incredible.
It was fascinating.
I want to talk to you more about that offline.
I would love.
So, what are you doing when you're not working?
Well, I like to spend time with my husband and children. I have two grown children and two dogs, and they keep me quite busy. But I also like to cook and travel and definitely learn new things. We recently downsized from our home up north, and that was it's been quite a busy time. We bought a place in Florida, so that took up some of my spare time.
But it's all positive and exciting, I would say, right?
Yes, definitely.
What do you see as an emerging area or topic? And that's going to be our last question of this interview.
At this particular juncture, I would have to say an emerging area in healthcare is all the changes in the new administration. They will definitely, I think, impact healthcare in a big way. Downsizing of the government, the focus on chronic disease, changes to Medicaid, research funding, DEI, they're all some examples. And the pace of that change has been quite remarkable. I would say also artificial intelligence, of course, is having a big impact. In my area, I see it in the payment issues, coverage denials, contracting issues, and just on the practice of law in general.
Absolutely. Jackie, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful interview to the membership spotlight in the health law section of the Florida Bar.
Thank you very much.